Okay guys, I figured it's Wednesday, middle of the week. Let's tackle a unit test, okay? Quadratics, multiplying, factoring unit test. Here are some of my inspirations for this video. People like Nayeli and Carly and Man and Jaina and Alma. You guys, I know it's been working quite a bit lately. Susie, Israel, Guadalupe, Ureli, Urani, oops, messed up there a little bit, and so on. And as you can see here, this is my personal assignment page. I'm pretending to be a student of my own class. So your page should look similar to this. Somewhere on there, even if you're IM3, somewhere you should have quadratics, multiplying, and factoring. And it's actually a unit test. 15 questions. Woo, let's get started. Okay, so let's say they give you an area model problem. Now what's special about this one is you should recognize that's a difference of two squares, right? X squared is x times x. 25 is 5 times 5. If I make one plus and one minus, and since we already have the plus here, the width is going to be the minus, x minus 5. That's what you're going to type in the box, and you're going to get it right. But you guys ought to know the difference of two squares. Just like if I gave you, let's say, x squared minus 16, you should know that's x plus 4 and x minus 4. All right, this one here. In the directions, they tell us they want us to take out the greatest common factor. Okay, well, 12 and 8 divide by 2, but what's better than 2 is 4. Remember, you want the biggest number possible. So I'm going to do a GCF of 4, and that means I'm going to do 3x squared, because when I times that with 4, I get 12x squared. I notice there's a plus. Watch those signs. And I know 2 times that 4 gives me the 8. So this is my GCF factored form, which as you can see is right there. So I'm going to pick C and get credit for it. All right. Now this one, of course, if you look at it's backwards, but no big deal. All right. If I make my x here, remember the ones here. I know 1 times 6 is 36. I know my middle is 12x, right? So 6 times 6 is 36. 6 and 6 make 12. So my answer is just going to be backwards. I'm going to do 6 plus x. 6 plus x again. See? The 6 times 6 is 36. The 6's still add together to give me 12. X times x is x squared. So that one is done. All right, back to an area model. X times x is x squared. X times 7 is 7x. X times 1 is 1x. 7 times 1 is 7. So I'm going to put in here x squared plus 8x. 7 plus 1 is 8, right? Plus 7. And I'm going to get it right. Now, as you can see so far, guys, there's area model problems where you're just multiplying like we've done many times in class. There was a difference of square problems, which hopefully you're fairly decent with. And factor by GCF. All right, let's see what else we got here. This one's a good old GCF problem. Now, 25 times 9 is a really huge number, guys. What is it, like 225 or something like that? And so I'm going to actually factor this one a different way. See if you like it. I know, for example, that if I do 5x times 5x, that's 25x squared. Got that covered. 9 is 3 times 3. Got the 9 covered. Now let's check our inner and outer loops. 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 5 on the outside is 15. Isn't 15 and 15 30? Now we need a minus though, so we're just going to make them minuses. So what I'm going to write right in here is simply 5x minus 3, 5x minus 3. That's the factored form of our original problem. Now you could have done it with the x method, 225 with a negative 30 in the middle. It would have worked out the same. Okay? Alright, let's try this one here. Now this one's a straightforward x problem. See, they're not all hard, guys. So you just mix it up. You miss one or two here, no big deal. You're still going to get a good score. But hopefully you can get 100% like I did. But anyways, I know that 1 times 24 is 24. I need a 10 in the middle. 6 times 4, that's 24. 6 plus 4, that's 10. So the 6 tells me x plus 6. The 4 tells me x plus 4. And I have it factored. All right, here's another factoring one, a little bit harder. Now, 7 times 42 is again a huge number. See if you like this other way of factoring, guys. This is my favorite way of factoring, by the way. I taught you use the x method with the calculator, but see if you like this better. 7x times x is 7x squared. Done. 42 is 6 times 7. Wait a minute. Guys, before I do any factoring with the x method or parentheses, look at the numbers. I can't believe I almost made it a lot harder than it should have been. 7, 35, 42. Does everyone agree I can do a GCF of 7? Let's do it. X squared times 7 is 7x squared. 5x times 7, 35x. 6 times a 7 is 42. Now that I've factored out this 7, look how much easier that is. Now that one I'm just going to do the x on. 1 times 6 is 6 with a 5 in the middle. So I know that 2 times 3 is 6 and 2 plus 3 is 5. So my answer is the 7, and then I have my parentheses, x plus 2, x plus 3. So that one was a little trickier. It almost got me until I looked at the numbers closer and realized I had a 7 in there. Don't forget to try GCF factoring first whenever you can, guys. Okay, guys, look at this one right here. Do you recognize it as a difference of 2 squares? Do you agree that 4x squared is a 2x that's squared? And the 1 is a 1 times another 1. In other words, it's 1 squared. I have a minus in the middle. We have a difference between 2 perfect squares. So I'm just going to make 1 plus and 1 minus, right? So 2x plus 1, 2x minus 1. This is the factored form of the difference of those 2 squares. Now, guys, I accidentally skipped this one on you. We did leave off with that one to begin with, I hope, right? But just in case I forgot to do it, the thing to learn about this one, guys, is that the numbers there you have to look at and realize you're going to do a GCF first of 7. And then what's left over is much easier to factor with the x method. Okay, 2 times 3 is 6 again. 2 plus 3 is a 5. That's where I got 7. X plus 2, x plus 3. Guys, I'm honestly very tired. I've been working in the yard all day in the sun and the heat or whatever. And so I'm a little out of it. So hopefully I didn't mess anything else up. We did do this one already, right? Okay. Now this one, the lesson to be learned is read the directions. It's just asking for the degree. What is the degree? The highest power. The highest power was 3, so it's 3. If there was a 5T4 in there, the higher power now be 4, we would put a 4. The highest power is your degree. All right, and we just left off with that one. There's the 2 squares. Let's do at least 1 or 2 more. Guys, I hope you find this one easy. Like, you're just going to do 4 times x squared, 4x squared, and so on, right? So, if it's okay, I'll skip that one because that one should be easy. All right, this one here, set up your box. Be careful of the negatives. But this is what I would do if I was most of you. And again, if it's okay, guys, to save a little time in this video, I'm going to skip this one because I trust you can do this one correctly. Just be careful of the negatives. That's all. All right? This one should be easy as well. If you really have to, set up the box with x plus 5, x plus 3, right? Okay. Now, I want to do at least one more of these. This is a good X method factoring kind of problem, okay? So I'm going to do my X. I know 3 times, watch your sign, minus 7 is negative 21. I need a negative 20 in the middle. How am I going to make this happen? 1 times 21 is 21. 1 minus 21 is negative 20. And of course, I get the negative 21 with a negative here. So my answer is going to be x plus 1. X minus 21. Hold on a minute. There is a 3x squared in front. So I'm going to divide this by 3 and times that by 3. So as you can see, the correct answer is 3x plus 1. X minus 3. All right. Let's see what else this unit test has to offer. Guys, that should be another easy one. Set up the box. Here again is another easy one. Set up the box with 3x plus 8. 3x plus 8. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Oh, that was it. Okay, so guys, I walked you through most of them to help you get a good score on this. And as you can see, I actually got all 15 right. Gee, I'm smart. And I did level up to level 4 now. Woo! Now, the thing I want you to think about, guys, is this unit test, you may want to try it more than once. Even if you get like a 90 or 100% on it, it's good practice, guys. You know, you're practicing factoring, difference of squares, x factoring, and so on. Distributed property. You're also getting better, hopefully, at typing in answers on the computer, which you want to get good at. All right? And I think, yep, that's the end of the video. So, guys, hopefully I did a decent job on this. And hopefully you go through the unit test now, since I gave you some good information here, some good help on it. All right? And I'll see you around.